Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World 2. He's back with Heavy Metal Sunday at Dunsy's despite public demand. People are probably still booing the video that was on before this one. Now, to be honest, I'm very surprised that an old heavy metal guy with a stupid Scottish accent reading out old heavy metal magazines in his house has not become the latest viral sensation on YouTube. But there you go, it's not accounting for taste. What we've been listening to this week, let's start off with something half decent. I've been listening to the Raven box set. One of my favourite albums ever. What have you been listening to? Please let me know. So here we are, we're in January 13 to 26, 1983. With Steven Tyler on the front. I will scan the stuff in that I think you should be reading. And I won't scan in the photographs that perhaps might get me cancelled. It's a cancel culture out there, folks. So there we go. Yes, who's on that? AEROSMITH 6 page special. OZZY IOMMI reunion. That's quite sad. Eh? CHEVY, Telephone, HELLCATS. Oh, that'll be Reno and Michael Lee Smith. Pat Benatar, CONEY hatch. Dire Straits, GIRLSCHOOL. Picture golden earring. Title looking good there. Let's say. To be fair, the Ozzy thing and recent stuff. He's doing okay despite the fact that AEROSMITH apparently was split up. So Mayhem. It's the camera there. Focusing on a sign in the background there. Who's in Mayhem? Kiss of Death. Ozzy snogging Budgie's John Thomas. It's big John Thomas here. Ross Halfin. Pauline Gillen. Ian Gillen's sister, I guess. Saxon. Do you remember a band called Taurus? Oh, Paper Chaser. Is that the name of the song? Oh, this is on the LP Metal Explosion. Slade. I'll scan all this in for you. You can drink your coffee and read it at your leisure on a Sunday. What else? Oh, Gas Tank. Remember that? It was on BBC Two, I think. It was like the old grey whistle test kind of, but mostly, sorry, it was all live, I think. Phil Lynott was on it, remember that? Eric Burden and Alvin Lee, it was like people just jamming. I think it maybe descended into blues whittling at various times, but it was quite good. Check a Pass, Sex Pistols. Who's on tour? Saxon. I think Saxon are going back on tour. I think Biff's a little bit better. Hanoi Rocks is Gym Slips. Saracen. Solstice. The Aylesbury based prog rockers. Always my favourite on here. The prog rock and the Dire Straits. English Rogues, 12th Night. Good prog band. Dumpy's Rusty Nuts. Oh, they've changed their name now. The Tony McPhee Band. None of those dates appear to be in Scotland. Not so good. So that was Mayhem. Oh, now, these are all pics by Ross Halfin. So I'll hold these back. I don't like scan these in and get in trouble. I think I can show them. Cool pictures, I remember this one. I think I've maybe got a couple of copies of this because I had this on my bedroom wall at my mum's. Rick Dufay. Did Steven Tyler, I think the band said he was just crazy. He said he was absolutely crazy. He'd been I think he'd been in an institution and jumped out the window and escaped and stuff like that. So yeah, but that's a good album. Rockin' a Hard Place, that's a good album. Some really, despite not having Joe on it, but and Brad obviously. Jimmy Crespo, good player Jimmy Crespo. The Flame albums, 2 Flame albums, decent. Queen of the Neighbourhood and stuff like that. Decent albums. So it's a huge interview with AEROSMITH. I don't know if I'll scan that in. Maybe it's probably online somewhere else. That's the thing about all these popular interviews. They'll all be online and other proper websites and stuff like that. Singles. Here I Go Again. Indeed, Here I Go Again. Killer by Kiss. Market Square Heroes. Classic prog there. From Marillion. Symptom of the Universe. Ozzy, that'll be the live version. With Bradley Gillis on it. And number 4, Making Tracks from the Cage, Tigers of Pan Tang. Albums, Coda, Led Zeppelin. From the Makers of is still on number 2, Status Quo. Saints and Sinners, Whitesnake, Talk of the Devil, OZZY, Before the Storm, a brilliant album, Before the Storm by Samson. Import albums, Live, Riot. Oh, I think that's the 6-track mini album, could be. Was Rhett Forrester in the band by this time? I'm not sure. Local chart, Venom, Black Metal. Oh man, it's been great fun doing these Venom guitar lessons. You know, I'm a huge fan of Neat Records. I think it's apart from maybe the Jess Cox solo album, which is a bit rubbish. Cuts, our album Assassination Squad. Here we have Black Sabbath, Accept. There's a joke there, Accept. No Substitute. Live Evil, good album. But of course, I think they all fell out. What was the story? Tony and Geezer said that Ronnie was coming in and remixing it. And everybody was in a huff. Been in a huff for years. But it's a great album, eh? Really good live album. Here's the thing, let me know in the comments, if you had to choose between Live Evil and Talk of the Devil, which one would you go for? Tricky one, eh? Different albums, despite being all Black Sabbath songs, I suppose. Sammy Hagar, 3-lock box, 1, 2, 3-lock box. That's not his finest musical moment, but a decent album. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. I don't know much about Bob Seger. You know, because I keep saying I could maybe go and search, but you know, there's not enough minutes in a day for me to go and research all the music in the world. Santa's Racing Time, that's a good album actually. 12th Night, Fact and Fiction, Axe, Offering. Now I do like Axe. They're pomp more than prog, but they're really good guitar, great guitar sounds actually. Despite being, you know, not a huge sort of loud guitar band, they had great guitar sounds. Utopia is that. Here's a Dave Dixon review of Utopia. Is that Todd Rundgren? This is about as fascinating and enthralling as spending an evening being sold life insurance, and should be equally avoided, by Mr. Dave Dixon. Well, that Santa's album I think was a. Oh no, it wasn't an import. Bucks. Somebody famous in Bucks. Daddy Warbucks. Can't remember. Bullet, Execution. A good album that. Night Ranger, Dawn Patrol, a classic American rock album there. Import, so we're still in. There's Bradley Gillis there. Killer Wall of Sound. Have I done a Killer cover? I was going to do one. Messenger. Much about them. Foghat. I'm in the mood for something good. A Rabbit. I thought they were a Canadian band. I have a couple of their albums, or I had a couple of their albums. Fort Knox. Don't know much about them either. Huge Bob Seger advert. Oh, the lovely Kim McAuliffe. What a couple of photographs of me and Kim McAuliffe at gigs. I was paid to go and see Girls' School. You know, would tell my wife anything like that from a while back. Girls' School, what a great band, eh? Out to Conquer, it's either that or the N says Girls' School Kim McAuliffe. I will scan all that in for you. She's wearing a Raven t-shirt as well. Look at that. Cool as that. Of course they toured with Raven, or Raven toured with them. Strictly for connoisseurs. Let me know in the comments which, it's too bright out there, in the comments which one you have. AC/DC Live from Atlantic Studios. I think that was eventually released in the Bonfire box set, maybe, was it? David Werner. No idea who that is. Molly Hatchet Live. That's it's not strictly for connoisseurs, that's strictly for anybody with a modicum of taste, I would have thought. Good album that. Stars. I'm trying to do this in one take. Stars, live at the Municipal Auditorium, Louisville. Or Louisville? I get very confused. It's Louisville in Kentucky. It's Louisville. Not sure. Stars are a brilliant album. And REO Speedwagon live again. even more of the AEROSMITH interview. Oh, X-rated picture. Look away, that is not an X-rated picture. If you don't want to see a topless man covered in tomato sauce, look away now. Crazy, yeah? Malcolm Dome and Ray Palmer go Dutch with Holland Heavy's picture. Yeah, I think I was going to do one of their songs as well. Oh, the Hellcats. Oh, Michael Lee Smith. Facebook friend, couldn't believe it. I once sent him a message and he replied. I was like, I phoned a couple of my friends and said, Michael Lee Smith from Stars replied to my message. I think he said, cheers Dunsy. But you know, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Pat Benatar. Patricia Benatar. What a voice, what a voice. Benatar's Crunch Bar. That was in a red leather dress. Period. Singles, Anvil Chorus, Blondes in Black. Once again. I have I think I've got an Anvil Chorus live tape. Anvil Chorus, a nice pair of Axemen. I'll scan this in so you'll be able to see the cover. Greg Parker. Oh, he was he did a Zeppelin song with Mitch Mitchell. I'll cover that was my cat making that noise. OZZY, Symptom of the Universe. Le Griff, Fast Spikes. That was like an EP, I remember, 5-track EP or something. Mendes Spray on the Borderline. That's good guitar playing on that. Nazareth Games. This new single is a real wimp out. Definitely not the Nazareth I used to know and like. That's what it says here. It's not me that's saying that. August Red Moon. Don't know them. Riot Live. Oh yes, that's the mini EP. I looked for that for years and years. And then I was on holiday in North Carolina about 20 years ago. And I found it in a record store. And it was, I don't know, it was only about $5 or something. I could not believe it. Could not believe it. Here we go, Dire Straits. Mark Knopfler, good guitar player. You know, I'm not taking anything away from his guitar playing ability, but what does it say here? Much maligned by the media, but outrageously successful nonetheless. Much maligned by Dunsy's Guitar World 2. Coney Hatch, great band. And Quiet Riot. Who's in them now? I think Rudy's back in the band. Jizzy singing. Not sure who's playing drums. And what's his name? Can't remember. Playing guitar. I think he's like he books the tours and stuff as well. Telephone. They're a French band. Let's see what they call. Telephone. Again, very bright. So apologies. Oh, Contact. People try again. Contact. What's this say? Oh, somebody coming in my door. Jay, you wouldn't close that door, would you please?
What one?
The one that's in the room where I'm making a video.
I'll leave it open then if you're going to speak to me.
No, I'm asking you to close it, please.
Can you keep that in the video, please? That's funny.
Aye. Oh, kids.
You're recording that?
I'm recording that. It's live here. Do you want to say hello?
Aye.
Ah. Kids, Chevy. Chevy metal. They've had a few setbacks. Indeed, did they not do a BBC One concert with Tigers of Pantang? It says that there. People think I've read this before, but I haven't read this in years. But I do have that cassette of those. So Chevy. Candid Cameras. Oh, there's some naked people in here that I probably won't scan this in. As Ross Halfin. I'll show you from back here. There's no nudity as such. Just see a bare bum, but oh, we've seen a bare bum, I think. Dead Ringer, good band, good melodic rock band. Scan that for you. Dead Ringer come up for the second time. There we go. Before she linked up with and subsequently married OZZY, Sharon Osbourne was better known as the daughter of Don Arden. I'll scan that in for you there. You can read about Sharon Osbourne, pen pals. Anybody I know? Norway, Berlin, Birmingham, Norway, Mid Glamorgan, is that in Wales? Sweden. No, the few Scotland there. Thank goodness. Golden Earring. Only know a couple of songs by Golden Earrings, and they're both really, really good, but I've never researched any further. It's maybe one of these ones where I've heard two songs. I think they're both brilliant. So maybe I don't want to listen to any more, and I haven't over the last 4 years, because I don't want to be disappointed, because 100% of the stuff I've listened to by Golden Earring I really love. Maybe I'd listen to another one that'd just be rubbish. Communication, oh Venom. Okay, Lyle, open your wimpy mouth again, and this could be you. I think. Scan that in. Can I find a... we'll just read the first one out. There we go. This is about Venom. I just had to put pen to paper on this matter. Couldn't resist it. I've just bought Venom's debut album, Welcome to Hell. On side 2 at the beginning of In League with Satan, there's a load of jumbled up nonsense which says when played backwards says, Satan raised in hell, I'm gonna burn your soul, burn your bones, I'm gonna make you bleed, you're gonna bleed for me. And on a Sunday as well, which is just the first one I read out, he thinks I'm onto something. Is there a prize for uncovering this secret from the depths of Venom? Not really. Who do we have? The Church, Australian band, The Church. Much about The Church. Very sort of Sunday themed though, The Church. And Venom. Oh, Pete Way. He did the UK leg of this tour, playing bass with OZZY. I have a couple of bootlegs for that tour, and I love Pete Way. Huge Pete Way fan, but there were some of the bass lines that were just, very, very complicated, I think. But he did well. Got Ozzy's here. Ozzy with his short hair. Of course, he just shaved it all off it. There's like going back in. Concerts. Who's live in concert? Whitesnake, Newcastle City Hall. I'm always nervous for a gig. Here I am close to home, and as I sorry about that. Here I am close to home as I can get, and my bottom is quivering. Says David Coverdale, DC. Ozzy, Birmingham NEC. Self-scan his info. Silverwing, one of my favourites. Silverwing. I can't remember if this is a positive review or negative. If it's negative, then they're completely wrong. It should be good. I'll scan that in for you. Shiva, they were on Heavy Metal Records. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Gary Sachs. I did a Gary Sachs cover on this. Guitar Player Comedy though, and I was like, another one of these ones where I'm totally chuffed. Because somebody in a band I liked commented on one of my videos. Soldier, the Wellington, they're still going. They're always posting on a New Wave of British Heavy Metal fan page, and on the back, look, reunited again. The Sabs, and that's from January 1983. It was Kerrang number 33, Two Ducks Swimming, as they say in lingo parlance. So there we go, folks. That's today's Heavy Metal Sunday Dunsy. Sorry for the interruption there, but that's what happened. This is life round about here. As ever, have a great Sunday. It's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you stuff on Dunsy's Guitar World 2. Cheers for that.